Hey, so that's the new building they just put. Oh, wait a minute. No, it's not. The building on the other side is a new building they just put in called the Milkin Institute, which is the new building right next to Lafayette Square behind the Federal Court of Appeals next to the White House. That's actually, I think, the Treasury building or the Fed. They put in a new catwalk up top. At this end of the catwalk, you got a line of sight right down Pennsylvania. You can see all the way to Capitol Hill. That's for that old shit, one if by day, two if by night, when they shine a light, like when you're locked up and the guards are friends with the prisoners and the inmates tell some of the guards in them what to do, and they use flashlights to talk like Morse code. They can do that up there from Capitol Hill to right there. Then they walk to the other end of the catwalk and you can see the Federal Chamber of Commerce. So they, from right there, and the Milkin Institute, which is the new building, which, by the way, has the Union Bar and Grill, where if you knock on the door, you can go behind the scenes to the Sally Hemings, which was set up by, guess who? Not me, but he had me do some fake art for him years ago because he's a dick, and then he never paid me for it. But anyways, they're the families that set this up there. Well, anyways, you can see Capitol Hill from at the end of the catwalk, and the other side can do the Chamber of Commerce and the lawyers with the American Bar Association and just cut the government out, and that's where they fucking control the money. Also, back in Adolf Hitler times, you had to have a podium to do your evil speeches from. I'm guessing they're doing evil speeches from up there at nighttime. Of course, the Secret Service would know about that because they're the security there. And they're magic. We're all magic in D.C., telepathic, but the Secret Service is like a cut above. And if you don't understand what I'm saying, you should probably go see your psychiatrist and get put on 10 different medications. And then you'll have a better life. As for me, I choose flower power, which is cannabis. And for some reasons, the flag is at half-mast. The Pope died, but he's a piece of shit that's been raping children with the Vienna Boys Choir since time immemorial, or whatever it's called. The Pope and all his friends, they got the Vienna Boys Choir for their premium little boys that like to stand around with their mouths open doing hummers. Oh! But then they got like 15 or 25,000 other boys' choirs around the world. Look, there's Homeland Security. They'll help us figure it out. So lowering the flags for the Pope is stupid. They should have put him up twice as high that he's dead and hope there's no new Pope coming in. Because then guess what? All them little kids, poopies or popes or whatever you want to call them, they'd be much safer. And you know what them nuns have been doing? When they say you get none, oh, you get none, you get none. Well, they actually do give it out sometimes. And then they kill the baby when it's born and put it in the ground in the fucking sanctuaries where the nuns live. The nunneries or the abbeys. And they also did it to all the kids when they cut their hairs off, the native kids, and put them into graves, mass graves. I think now that they just sell the babies for science. Let's see what they have to say. Wait, police, federal protection. Hey, wait, hey. And of course the bus goes right by too because they're on board with team fuck you in the ass as well. That's why the bus just drove by even though somebody else was waiting for the bus. I guess they're too fucking stupid to realize their job is to be a bus driver and not pretend to be a gangster while driving a bus and drug people in the air and turn the other way when the human traffickers move the children around Washington, D.C. using fake homeless people and apartments they give to fake homeless people. So what's real interesting about this area is that this Milkin Center is encroaching on the White House space. So the Secret Service are actually moving their security post like hundreds of feet that way. They're installing new security gates. So these folks here are actually more powerful than the White House, apparently. Apparently. Maybe. I don't know. Who else is in charge? Obviously the president's not in charge. He's the smiling man who signs papers. Looks like the Milkin Center's in charge if they're encroaching on the property of the White House, which is what they're doing here. And if you think I'm police, I'm not qualified. They'll all tell you that. But there's new security posts being installed down there. I saw it earlier today. And then you got the new catwalk on top of the Treasury or whatever. I already explained that. Let me show you what that is.